Yo, welcome to the vibe where the bells get real. Crime time stories with that Crescent City feel. If you're new, sit down, let's begin the show. And to my loyal supporters, I'm glad you're in the flow. It's the city of soul, where the streets got flair. From the French Quarter beats to the Bayou air. This is more than a channel, it's a whole mood. We're talking life, love, and that southern groove. Like, comment, subscribe, come back again. It's MOCA's NOLA Bells where the real begins. Crime time stories with the thoughtful spin. If you're down for the truth, then let's lock it in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay. Breaking down the cases in a bold new way. Every viewer, every fan, y'all part of the crew. This is MOCA's NOLA Bells and we're here for you. We're digging through the mysteries, uncovering lies, shining light on the facts that the darkness hides. It's justice for the stories that need to be told. From the streets of Niah, where the truth runs cold. This ain't about the mess, I'm just speaking my piece. Focusing on the stories that the world needs to see. To my members and supporters, I see y'all too. Couldn't make these moves without the love from you. Like, comment, subscribe, come back again. It's MOCA's NOLA Bells where the real begins. Crime time stories with the thoughtful spin. If you're down for the truth, then let's lock it in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay. Breaking down the cases in a bold new way. Every viewer, every fan, y'all part of the crew. This is MOCA's NOLA Bells and we're here for you. A shout out to the fam, to my members and team. Y'all keep me grounded while I chase these dreams. From the mysteries to motives, every clue we break. It's love for the truth, not a move that's fake. No dragging here, but I'll call it like it is. Shedding light on the facts, yeah, you know what it is. So hit that button, pull up and stay a while. Crime time vibes with that southern style. Yeah, it's MOCA's NOLA Bells, bringing truth to the mic. Crime stories that inspire from the day to the night. Hit subscribe, join the fam, let's dig in again. This is your home for the real, MOCA's NOLA Bells to the end. Like, comment, subscribe, let's keep it alive. Every story we tell, every clue we revive. To my members and supporters, y'all the heart that dwells. Welcome home, y'all, it's MOCA's NOLA Bells.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing, I feel her voice, I hear her crying, but they too busy testifying, saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone, she just fighting to survive. She said she needed help in class that day. Laid out on the floor, tears in the way. Told the teacher she need a word, not a test, but they passed her off like the pain was just stress. Mama acting like she ain't see a thing, but checking a tablet, deleting the strings. The truth in a locker, the truth in a phone. They try to act like she ran off alone.
Portrayal lies, got 'em swearing to God, but the ones in the pews know the story too odd. Why you wanna stand talking? I don't recall. You was posting like everything's fine, that's all. She had bruises and bags, she had silence and shade. They let that man stay while she tried to escape. A house full of whispers, a shop full of ghosts, but we saw them cameras and we the most.
She ain't gone, no, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing, I feel her voice, I hear her crying, but they too busy testifying, saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone, she just fighting to survive. just a place we don't yet know. Maybe protective, maybe hid away, but not erased, not gone astray. The court got a date, but the streets got a voice, and we gon' speak loud like we ain't got a choice. This ain't just views, it's a whole damn name. Say Naziyah loud till they feel that flame.
Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. It is another day, and we've made it. We have made it. Thank you, Jesus. It's a blessing to always see a new day. It is a blessing to see you guys here, waiting to greet me each and every time I set up a live. For that, I'm grateful. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Here at MOCA's Unfiltered, here everybody is somebody. All opinions matter. We respect, we love, and there's no big eyes, no little U's here. Respect goes a long way. We keep it cute, but we're here for one purpose, and one purpose only, and that's why we're all united. We are here seeking justice for our very own Naziyah Harris. We, not me, we are the voice of Naziyah Harris. And all we want is justice for that baby. And we're going to keep saying her name. We're going to keep saying her name until justice is served. No matter how it may come, we will continue to say her name until justice is served. And before we get started in doing what we do, and y'all know what we do best, I just want to remind you guys, for those of you who have not yet hit that like button, please do so for your girl. I really appreciate it. If you can share out the live, I would appreciate that even more. And if you're able to subscribe to the channel, become a member, I would greatly appreciate that. Before we get started and MOCA's speaking to her people individually, I'm going to do what I do best. And we're starting our lives off with a prayer each and every time, because the devil is busy. But here at MOCA's Unfiltered, the devil gets no glory, because we're on a mission. And that mission is to seek truth and to seek justice for that baby. Most gracious and mighty Father, I thank you for allowing me to rise today with purpose, with passion, and a voice that refuses to be silenced. Lord, I ask that you cover this platform tonight. Let it be a space of truth, a space of healing, a space of strength and revelations. Bless every subscriber, every supporter, and even those who come with ill intent, for they don't know the power of what they're stepping into. Remove every spirit of confusion, distraction, and negativity. Wrap this live stream in your divine protection. No weapon, no lie, no hater formed against us shall ever prosper. Let the words I speak be guided by your wisdom and my ancestors, Lord. Let the truth come forth boldly, and let those in darkness be exposed by your light. Father, grant me discernment. Grant me boldness and grace. May this platform continue to be a refuge for the broken, a voice for the voiceless, and a shield for the innocent. I thank you in advance for what you're about to do in this space tonight. In the name of Jesus, And by the power of my ancestors' prayers, I pray. Amen. Amen. Justice for Naziyah. JB Smooth, thank you, my love, for becoming a new member. I truly, truly, truly appreciate that. I truly appreciate that. Now let me do what I do and speak to my people, because you all matter. You all are important. I don't know what YouTube got going on, but baby, this little screen here, and they doing the most. Hey, Kimberly, welcome, my love. My girl Christian is up in here. Hey, baby, Dr. J, welcome, sister. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Sister Deidre, welcome, my love. Hey, Sherry, welcome, sis. Welcome, love all, and trust none. I believe that. Miss B, hey, my love, how are you? I miss you so much, and I hope all is well with you, Miss B. I've been thinking about you, keeping you in my prayer. I appreciate you, girl. Miss B says, baddie, dirty in yourself. Be on positivity. That's what's up. That's what it's all about, Miss B. Hey, Tonya Nika, welcome, my love. Mary Kay, welcome to the chat, baby. Welcome to the chat. Christian says, please remember, hit the thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, tell your family and friends that MOCA is ready to do what MOCA does, the unfiltered way. One love. Hey, my sweetheart. Welcome, welcome. She said, I'm working tonight, so I'll be listening. Have a blessed night, everyone. You have a blessed night as well, sweetheart. Hey, Debbie, welcome, baby. Hey, April Webster, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Just Mona, welcome, my love. Happy Tuesday. Amani, my girl. Hey, baby, welcome, welcome. Hey, Rebecca, Venetia, welcome, my loves. Hey, Unavailable, welcome, baby. Hey, Mariah, welcome, boo. Charlotte's Web, hey, baby, welcome, welcome. Hey, No Nonsense. Hi, Essie. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Samantha. Welcome, my love. Hey, Valerie, welcome to you. Look at Tristan. Hey, baby, welcome. Hey, Rosalind, welcome, boo. There goes Mariah. I don't know if I spoke already, but there. Hey, Top Flight, welcome to the Nola Bells, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Carol Cotton, welcome. Guys, could you all welcome Top Flight? Top Flight is one of our moderators. Hey, Red, welcome, sister. Let's see. Hey, Boo Banga, welcome, my love, welcome. Hey, Melanie, welcome, baby, welcome. Levesque, welcome. Welcome. Valerie Green said that's a beautiful song. Thank you, my love. Thank you so very much. Hey, Serena. Welcome to the chat, my love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Shona. Welcome, baby. Look at my sister, Miss Sean B. Hey, sister. Hey, Sandra Doctor. Welcome, my love. Welcome. Justice for Naziyah, baby. Justice for Naziyah. Hey, Eno. Welcome, my love. Look at my girl, Sassy. Hey, boo. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, Sassy. Oh, there we go. I was waiting for her to comment. Let's see who else we have up in here. I don't want to miss nobody. Hey, Sunshine Sean, welcome. Welcome. Becca says justice for Naziyah. And Rebecca, that's all we want, baby. Justice for Naziyah up in here. Nothing more, nothing less. Hey, Crystal Lachelle, welcome, baby. Hey, Mika and Allie, welcome, welcome. Antoinette, hey, baby, welcome. Hey, Faye, welcome, my love. Hey, Olivia, welcome. Naja, hey, my girl. Hey, Leela, welcome, baby. Look at my sister, Platt. Platt, hey, hey. Platt, I got your message. All right, we ready to go. We ready to go. We ready to go. And that title says, guys, what happens? What happens when Naziyah's aunt Shannon tells the truth? We know she's an enabler, and we also know that she's a master manipulator. We're aware of that. Shannon is walking around with the weight of the world on her shoulder. Shannon is walking around with a lot of weight on her shoulder. Will Shannon tell the truth? Because we do know that Shannon plays a large part in all of this. Hey, Raquel, welcome, sis. Shannon plays a large part in all of this. Hey, Tanya Robinson, welcome, my love. So, we know that Shannon, we know her history, being Naziyah's aunt. We know that much. We know that much. She is Naziyah's aunt. And being Naziyah's aunt, Shannon seems to have had plans for Naziyah. Hey, my girl Storm, welcome, sis. Hey, Cynthia Harmon, welcome. Look at Mermaid Tay. Hey, baby, welcome. So, we know that it appears that Shannon had plans for Naziyah early on, because the way this is all playing out, this was not by accident. What happened to Naziyah was not by accident. In my opinion, it was planned out. Hey, Lady V, welcome, my love. It was planned. When you start playing with babies in that matter, when you start playing with babies in that manner at a very early age, that means your mind is warped. Your mind is twisted. Hey, something sweet, welcome, my love. Your mind is warped. Shannon may have possibly been, in my opinion, Shannon may have possibly been the very first person to touch Naziyah inappropriately. Question is why? The question is why? Tony, welcome, my love. The question is why? Why would you? Hey, OG Norton, welcome, my love. Why would you, Shannon? It's enough you come from a very sick background. But you ruined a baby. You ruined a baby. Naziyah has been in Annette and Shannon's care since the age of 2. This has been going on. And I believe Shannon won't come forward, although she should. I believe Shannon won't come forward and tell her truth about what really happened to Naziyah, because then Shannon is going to have to start spilling all the other things that she did to Naziyah. I don't take away Jarvis Butts being a monster, because that he is. But he was not the only monster, y'all. He was not the only monster. Shannon touched that baby. It was a household, I don't even know what to call it, but it was just something within that household where they did it to each other, and it was normal. There was no age limit. How can you do that to a baby? Hey, Gigi, welcome, my love. How can you do that to a baby? How? Mermaid Tay says she'll never tell the truth because she thinks what happened is okay. Isn't that sick? She will never tell the truth because she thinks what happened is okay and justified. Just like she made a status saying it's okay for chains to be on the fridge as long as the kids can have access. Shannon is a piece of work. Here we are, and we calling Jarvis Butts out for who he is and what he is. He deserves every bit of it. But we cannot turn our eyes and pretend we don't know what we know when it comes to Shannon. And for everything that Shannon refuses to say, you gotta know Marquita knows all about it. She knows all about it. Shannon showed her real hand. We know that she lied on that stand. But then Shannon showed her real hand. And Shannon came out here and Shannon says, whatever Jarvis done, Jarvis done. Then Shannon also made a status and she said, I'm not worried about Naziyah. Here it is. You're supposed to be an aunt with a niece that nobody seems to know where she is. But Shannon, you know. But yet, you can say, you ain't worried. Sassy says, hell no, she won't, MOCA. We said when this first came out that she's the cause and will never admit it, and Annette is the devil. Bingo. Bingo. We know. We know who's the devil. Annette. She trained those girls well. She trained them very well, but she trained them very wrong. I don't care what type of sick, twisted, perverted ways that you have, what type of cravings and desires that you have. Those desires and those cravings should have never, ever, ever, ever came on a baby. Never. Rock says Shannon got a lot of weight on her shoulders, back and belly. All of that, Rock. Red said that is one evil woman. I pray I never encounter a spirit as low as that. That's Red, that's unimaginable. What they're living is not ordinary. What they're living is demonic. What they're living is hateful. These people had to have been miserable all their lives. Because what joy do you get in touching others in ways that they don't deserve to be touched? What pleasure do you get abusing babies that can't respond back to you? What pleasures do you get in that? Here it is, you're touching your niece. She can't answer you back. She can't respond. What thrill did you get out of that, Shannon? And I have to also ask the same question, and what thrill did you get out of doing the very same thing to those residents at the home for the disabled? You did it to them. Shannon, you're sick. Shannon, you're disgusting. That family, that family has done some things that are not normal. And the things that they've done, we can't unsee them. Because what's happening here, we can't erase the fact that it happened. And I do believe that everything that Shannon put Naziyah through, from 2-year-old up until the day she disappeared, I don't think Shannon done what she done to Naziyah because of her pregnancy. I don't think Shannon done what she done to Naziyah out of jealousy. I prayed on all of that. I don't think it was because she was jealous. I don't think it was because of Jarvis. I believe Naziyah grew up. Naziyah was sick of Shannon. Naziyah got tired of Shannon tampering with her. And I believe Naziyah was ready to tell a story. I believe Naziyah was ready to go to whomever was willing to listen and tell a story. And I do believe Shannon got a wind of it. I do believe the day that Naziyah asked for that counselor, I believe that Naziyah was getting ready to tell. And because Naziyah was getting ready to expose them all, I do believe Shannon felt it was time to shut her up. I do believe that. Hey, Tiff, welcome, my love. Hey, Carla and Hip Hop. Hey, Kenyatta Marie, welcome, my love. Naziyah had a purpose. Naziyah's reason for being here was bigger than anybody could ever imagine. And because Naziyah had a light shining on her, right? That light that Naziyah had shining on her, she had to fight off all the devils. All the devils. Naziyah was surrounded by a bunch of dark, demonic spirits. Her grandmother was the head one. Naziyah became a sacrifice. Naziyah was the one that was ready to expose the Gamble Harris clan for everything that they were worth, which was nothing. They could not stand. They could not stand her energy. They could not stomach who she was. Naziyah was happy, and she was joyful, and her spirits were high, and they couldn't understand that because that's not who they were. They never had that in them. And anytime the devil feels he's losing, he's going to pull all the rabbits out the hat. And the tactics have no limits. And Shannon did the unthinkable. Tristan says, and you have a lot to lose if anyone ever found out they was messing with the kids. And at this point, I pray to God. I pray to God that it's found out. I pray to God through all this investigation that it's found out. Jarvis, but you're doing all of this talking. Please tell it all. You weren't the only one. Shannon was the go-to girl. Shannon was the do girl. So do you all honestly believe that Jarvis Butts moved the way Jarvis Butts moved and Shannon didn't move that way with him? Of course she did. Shannon was a part of the plan. Shannon. Antoinette, thank you, my love, for that Cash App. God bless you, baby. Thank you. Shannon was a part of the plan. Everything Jarvis Butts did, Shannon knew about it. And Naziyah didn't want to stay quiet. Naziyah wanted to be heard. And they couldn't stand it. They couldn't stand it. Cynthia says Shannon did that to her. And her grandma knew it. Of course, Cynthia. The grandma was the teacher. She was instructing them when to do it and how to do it. She knew. Lila says, I wonder if Annette played essay games with them also. Of course she did, baby. Of course she did. And we know that to be factual. Hey, Empress T still rising. Hey, my baby, welcome. Mermaid Tay says, think they had a rule book to the sick ass stuff they did. Them kids was trained from birth, and that's the hurting part. It's the hurting part. These children didn't have a chance. Hey, Shantae, welcome. Those children didn't have a chance. They groomed them from the womb. And in Naziyah's case, being groomed from the womb, I fought lady for this shit. I fought lady for this because she could have prevented it. She didn't have to bring her children in such a toxic environment because she too knew what went on at that household. She experienced it. She experienced it. Don't think that the games that they played with Naziyah, touching and licking and all of this other stuff, don't think all of that is brand new. Lady experienced it as well. So being that she knew she experienced it, why would you bring your daughter into that? Why? It makes no sense. Guys out there, even you guys that's in the clouds, if you don't mind hitting that like button for your girl, I truly appreciate that. It's free. Won't cost you a dime. Mary Kay said, that sick ass family makes my stomach turn and heartbroken. Mary Kay, we are all in the same boat, baby. We're all in the same boat. Our hearts break for Naziyah. Our heart breaks and it bleeds for what that baby went through, what that baby endured. And you know, we only know what we know. There's so much more. There is so much more that's yet to be revealed. Rock says, was she hunching on lady as a child too? Rock, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. And lady was much older. I would not doubt it. But Shannon needs to tell the truth. Shannon needs to stop this. If you've never had decency in your life ever, Shannon, now is the time. Because the game that you and Marquita around here playing, I don't know if you think it's funny. But Shannon, Marquita, you too, baby. You're going to have to answer for all that you've done to these children. Because don't ever think Marquita's not part of the problem. Because what Shannon does and what Shannon does, Marquita knows. And not only what Shannon does, Marquita knows, but we also have to understand that what Shannon does, Marquita's hands ain't clean either. Marquita's hands are definitely not clean. MOCA, why do you say that? Because if Marquita don't mind sending her daughter to the shop, Marquita knows. Shannon, the do girl, she sent hers. She knew. They sent Annette. You sent Naziyah. You knew. Sometimes Jarvis Butts would give $25 and sometimes he wouldn't. And whenever Jarvis Butts paid those girls for their services, Annette took Naziyah's 25, Marquita took her daughter's 25, and Shannon took hers. They knew. They knew. And that's what's heartbreaking. They knew. And at the end of the day, for everything that they know, Don't ever believe. Don't ever feel. Don't ever think that in this nasty game that they've been playing, somebody, somewhere is being protected. It's bigger than a net. It's beyond Shannon and Marquita. It's even beyond Annette at this point. The question remains, who? The question remains, who? Is it, or could it possibly be Eric Gamble? Because every time we mention his name, they fall out the clouds. Are they protecting him? Could it be another elder from that family that's being protected? Or is it the money train? Or is it the money train that's being protected? I don't understand it. Tanya Robinson says, MOCA, I agree. Shannon is the real monster in the room, and that she is. Shannon is a hell of a monster. A hell of a monster. But we have to also understand, people, she's not the only monster. And when I say she's not the only monster, the more you see things that's being said, the more you see things that are being done, there are other monsters that had their hands in this as well. You're not excluded from being a monster if you were there, if you saw something and you did nothing. It don't exclude you from being a monster. Antoinette, thank you, my love, for that super chat. Stay on there next, MOCA. Antoinette, we're doing this together. Together. Hey, Tuda, welcome, baby. Boo Banger says, instead of protecting these babies, they all failed them. Boo Banger, Boo Banger. All of them. Hey, Daquan, everybody failed that baby. And that's disheartening. That's disheartening. Yes, Sassy, that's a blessing. I appreciate Storm. I appreciate Storm for reaching out to Kawana and Kawana reaching back. I appreciate that. Storm says, thank you, Sassy. Kawana is really an amazing person. Debbie says, Shannon will never tell the truth. It's not in her to be honest. She's going to tell the truth one way or another. Either her way or God's way. She's going to tell it. She may not like the way it's being told, but eventually she's going to tell it. You can't take everything to your grave. It may come out in bits and pieces, but it's going to come. Mermaid Tay says, how can she be okay with it happening to her own children? Like, at what point is she going to snap out of it? Like, what the fuck? Mermaid Tay, that's the part that gets me. That's the part that gets me. You know, it wasn't just Naziyah. It was her daughter as well. It was her daughter as well. But to sit here and say nothing, that I don't understand. To sit here and say nothing, knowing that your own daughter, your own child, experience the same things, but to us, We have a problem with that. But to Shannon, that's normal. That's normal. Rebecca says they had some very messed up minds. Girl, messed up. Serena says he did it to a 1-year-old. That's older now. Oh yeah, Jarvis is sick. Right now, my only interest. Hey, Island VA, welcome, my love. Look, my only interest at this point is Naziyah. That's my only interest. My only interest. Hey, Minnie Mouse, welcome. Minnie Mouse says they all need to go to jail and to hell. This is sick on all levels. I know you're not supposed to judge, but this is how I feel. Minnie Mouse, baby, and we respect your feelings, my love. We respect your feelings. Because Minnie Mouse, I could truly say that right now we're all in the very same space in feeling that way about these people. Hey, Donna, welcome, sis. We feel this way about these people. And Valerie, you're absolutely right, my love. Marquita knows everything. Everything she knows. Cynthia, you're right. They sacrificed her. Tristan says, when you try and break an animal, hello. When you try to break an animal, you have to traumatize the animal first to make them fear you. Same as slavery. When the slave gets out of hand and mouthy, they break them the same way Shannon did this baby. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Hey, Keith Styles, welcome, baby. This is unbelievable. Antoinette said Kim Worthy done brought up some new charges on Jarvis today. Did y'all hear? I didn't hear about the new charges today, Antoinette. At least I think I did. I'm not sure. My day has been all over the place. Mary Kay says, Karma, don't skip an address, and they don't. They don't. Lady V says, in my opinion, if Shannon is interrogated by the right person, she will tell intentionally or unintentionally. The pressure will cause her to crack. Lady V, we could only pray that the right person gets their hands on Shannon. Because Shannon needs to tell it. Shannon definitely needs to tell it. Christian says they've been trained very well, but we could see right through the bullshit, and we can. We can, sis, we can. And that's what they fail to realize. Mermaid Tay says, Tristan, you ain't lying. Definitely what they did. Went as far as starving them, because why do they feel it's okay to just go with Jarvis just to get snacks? Just to get snacks. That was the excuse That was part of the storyline. They knew, they trained those children to say snacks. And those kids never got snacks. Snacks was the excuse to get them out the house. Because whatever little change Jarvis gave them when he gave them, which was not all the time, Shannon, Annette, and Marquita all stood there with their hands out. And they took whatever little change Jarvis gave those babies. Shannon is very psychotic. Christian says, okay, Christian was relating to Tristan. Shauna says she can't call them human beings. They're not. You understand, Debbie? Debbie said their heads ain't big for no reason. Big heads and pea brains, facts. Hey, Natalie, welcome, my love. Tristan and Christian, y'all couldn't have been no more right on this. This is truly some sick shit. This is truly some sick shit. Gangsta Granny says, they say when you're touched, you either become a toucher or help others to touch people that are smaller and in sick behavior. That family is sick. Something needs to be done with all of them. And when I say all of them, you start with Annette. And then you start pedaling backwards. And you grab the ones that's older than Annette. You grab them that's, oh, look, this shit goes so far back. And the sad part about it is their ancestors had no worries and they had no feelings about hurting the generations coming up. They had no feelings about that. They didn't want to fix the fuckery. They wanted that nasty bloodline to continue on, damaging lives. Hey, Carla Henry, welcome. Denise Carter, hey, baby, welcome. That family is sick. Natalie says, I've been missing you, MOCA. Hope all is well. Yes, my love, all is well. Rock said that's a crew of fallen angels / demons. And they are. Fell straight from grace. They've missed their mark. They have missed their mark. Tanya says, Shannon should be in jail. I don't know what company wouldn't have pressed charges. Tanya, all of that is adding up on her right now. Everything that Shannon has done is no more hiding. Shannon's hands is dirty. Right about now, Shannon's hands is just as dirty as Jarvis' butts. Just as dirty. Oh yes, Tiff. She's suffering and trying to play it off like she's living her best life. Antoinette says, oh, Jarvis gonna start singing like a hummingbird since Kim Worthy brought up these new charges today. Listen, Jarvis is gonna continue to sing. Hey, Erica, welcome, my love. Jarvis is gonna continue to sing. Jarvis is a very sick man, very sick, perverted, evil man to do all the things that he's done to babies, to children. Jarvis then racked up charges, and charges. Although the charges that's racked up on Jarvis know that in a real world, he will never see the light of day again. And even though he know he won't see the light of day, Jarvis can still, and I think he will, tell everything that he's supposed to tell. Because Jarvis will not take an unaliving charge. Hey, Constance, welcome, my love. Thank you for that super sticker. Constance says, MOCA, only dogs wait around the table for scraps. If that's all Jarvis was giving them, shame, shame, shame on them. Carla. Hey, Donella, welcome, my love. Lady K, hey, baby. Carla. Let me tell you something. Constance says, shame on them bobber heads. Prayer for all those babies. This is horrible. This is horrible. To do that to babies. Mermaid Tay says, Gigi, are you become overprotective over all things? Because the fear of its being taken away, I was touched for 4 years. Never had the thoughts to touch. I'm just really overprotective. Exactly, Mermaid Tay. When you know what you've been through, and you know it don't sit well in your spirit, and you know you got values, you have morals, and you have principles, you don't become a product of your environment. No matter what's been done to you, that don't mean you go out into the world and do unto others. Mm-mm. This is horrible. This is horrible. Hey, Ella Rose, welcome, my love. Mika says, I believe that. That makes sense. She wasn't the first 13-year-old to get pregnant. And Shannon had 2 of the children. I kept trying to wrap my head around why she needed to die. It wasn't about the babies, Meek. It wasn't about the pregnancy. It definitely wasn't. It was because Naziyah was ready to talk. Naziyah. Hey, Nikki, welcome, my love. Naziyah was ready to tell a story. And you know, for as ugly as they are, they hated that baby because she was vibrant. And the God in her, the light shines so bright. And they saw it and they were afraid of it. They were afraid, believe it or not. Believe it or not, they were afraid of Naziyah. They were afraid of her. Naziyah possessed something that shook them demons in them, Naziyah possessed something. And Naziyah, listen, Naziyah tried to be a little girl as long as she could be a little girl. But she was raised up fast. She had to grow up fast because of who she was surrounded by. Naziyah's spirit, Naziyah's inner core, the blessings that was around Naziyah, her protection from God, it irritated the hell out of the Gamble Harris demons. Shannon, the bigger demon, she couldn't handle it. Annette saw Naziyah's light as well. It shook her. But Annette is a demon that just don't want to break. Annette is a different type of demon. Because ain't no decent grandmother in her right mind would do the things to this baby that Annette allowed to happen. Annette don't get a pass because Annette was part of the problem. Hey, Black Beauty, welcome. Shantae, welcome, baby. Hey, Lori, welcome. Annette was part of the problem. And what happened was Naziyah's light outshined their darkness. To the point, hey, my love. Welcome, baby. Mermaid Tay said she was such a happy soul. They hated that. Misery loves company. And you could tell by the company they keep, baby. Misery loves company. But they're going to get just what's due to them. One way or another. Samantha said she was ready to leave that house. I believe her and Jarvis was going to leave together. He was going to be on the run and she was going to be with him. But Shannon got to her. All we want is justice for Naziyah. We want to know where that baby is. Who has Naziyah? I'm hearing about body parts. I'm hearing about, listen, I'm being very hopeful and very optimistic that she's still here because that's what sits in my soul. But even if she isn't breathing, give this baby some sort of peace. Let her spirit rest. How could you, Shannon? You sitting there and they've taken your babies away from you, ma'am. You don't have your own children, Shannon. So is this the game we're going to play? They've taken your children, but yet you don't want to open your mouth to say, where's Naziyah? Shannon, all you have to do is call out a name. Say where she is. Annette done already told us. She's alive. When Annette did that press conference, if you missed it, you missed it. And if you missed it, go back and catch it. In the press conference, Annette said, y'all took Naziyah and y'all don't even know what's going on. So when Annette said that, who is Annette talking to? Why did they take her? What did they think was going on for it to be the reason that they took Naziyah? See, they talk. They talk all over themselves. They tell on themselves as the little pieces that we overlook. Y'all took Naziyah and y'all don't know what's going on. Just bring her back home. Then she caught her breath and said, Naziyah could be in danger. That told it all right there. Now, for all these body parts that they're finding all of a sudden, in MOCA's opinion, that's a cover-up. That's to throw the people off. That's to make the people think they actually have a case. That's what MOCA feels. That's exactly what MOCA feels. Mary Kay said, yes, ma'am. She played a hell of a role in this. And Shannon did. Shannon did. Kenyatta Marie said, Shannon is a damn witch. Gangsta Granny said she did whatever that ninja told her to do because she was a sick hoe herself. Shame on you, Shannon. You know, Gigi, Shannon has no shame. Shannon has no shame when you find a woman that don't mind being with the man that her sister has been with. When you find a woman that don't mind being with the man that her mother's been with. And if you don't mind being with the man that done shared his criminal record with you, knowing that he has charges for molesting little children, and you still accept him in your world, that says a lot about who Shannon is. That says a lot about who Shannon is. Mermaid Tay says can't even smile around them. And why is she mad? Why she made so many videos? Then all the kids and in one house. I know Naziyah was so ready to leave. She was ready. She was ready. Olivia says, isn't it odd that Shannon never shows up in any chats like the rest? I believe she's too ashamed. No, I don't think she's ashamed. I don't think she's ready for the real world. Because the world that Shannon lives in, only she lives in it. Her and her crew, the Harris Gamble clan. She's not ready for what's out here. Valerie says Naziyah stood up for herself. And they didn't like that. It's a lot about, hey Gina, it's a lot about Naziyah that they didn't like. But it wasn't Naziyah per se in the physical realm that they didn't like. It was the spirit. It was what was inside of Naziyah that haunted the shit out of them. It was Naziyah's spirit that shook their goddamn cores. And they know it. And they couldn't handle that baby. But they're going to wish they said something. They're going to wish they'd done something, and they're going to wish they'd done the right thing when it came to this baby girl. Debbie says, Naziyah referred to herself as Rainbow. When you think about what a rainbow symbolizes, she was hanging on to escaping the hell she lived in. Debbie, that was the most hurting thing. Rainbow. Mermaid Tay says, I think they drugged her. I think they drugged her. Because she wanted to speak out long ago. Because how she just started doing drugs. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Mermaid Tay. Where does that come from? She started doing drugs. It's the lies they're telling on this baby. And all the lies. Sue Young, welcome, my love. Thank you for becoming a Nola Bell. Let me tell you. Oh, you're talking about Lady. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Shannon says, Joe Camel just posted that King is getting out of jail July 3rd. How true is that, MOCA? Shannon, I have no clue. But I'll look into it, baby. I'll look into it. Nika says the molestation went for. Sierra said Joe Camel had her own story to tell. I wonder when she's going to tell it. Never. Never. Because remember, these people cover up lie and they hide. They cover up, they lie, and they hide to make themselves look good. But yet, quick to call others liars. Hey, Animo, welcome. Quick to call others liars. No. Y'all got your own story to tell. But Shanny, girl, I haven't heard. But believe me, them Nola Bell's going to look into it. Hey, daughter, welcome, my love. Them Nola Bell's going to look into it. Exactly, Olivia. They share men. They sell secrets. And they share dirty behavior. Dirty behaviors. This shit is so not normal. Tudor says, Annette had Lady do what Monique made Precious do to her in that movie. I'm almost sure of it. Tudor, I've been saying that. This is sick business. This is sick. Mermaid Tay says, I want to hear what that story too. I want to know who Joe Camel protecting. That part, Mermaid Tay. Mermaid Tay, you see all of that posting they're doing and all this other crazy stuff to throw the people off. Believe me, that's a distraction. That's a distraction to throw us off. We will not be distracted. Antoinette, my beautiful sister. Girl, thank you for being a member for 4 months. Nola Bells, Nola Bells. Mika, you remember Marquita saying that? She wasn't working in that shop because she was not a man. But Marquita, come here, darling. Answer me a question, Marquita. If you could fix your lips as big as they are, with that flat head, and say that you wasn't working in a shop because you're not a man. Marquita, how is it that you can allow your daughter to go there? Was she a man? Make it make sense, Marquita. Make it make sense, Marquita. And Sean B says, Joe Camel also needs to tell where that baby is because she knows. I believe that. I believe that. Mermaid Taste says exactly. Thought you were supposed to lead by example. How you expect a little girl to come out if you never did? That part. Let me tell you, poor little Naziyah. Naziyah carried many burdens that weren't hers. They put a lot on that baby that weren't hers. Naziyah was a babysitter. Naziyah was a mother to all them babies in that household that was younger than she was. Naziyah had good practice. Naziyah rocked babies while Marquita and Shannon continued to do the unthinkable. Naziyah is our discussion today, guys. But all those children that resided in that home, they experienced the very same thing that Naziyah did. Not one of these children went untouched. All of these children went through it in that home. All of these children went through it in that home. Naziyah was more vocal. I do believe Naziyah verbalized just how sick of him she was. But at the end of the day, Naziyah wasn't the only victim. And these big loggerhead twins walking their ass around here like that shit is normal. These two loggerhead turtles, because they look just like turtles, walking around here like that's normal. It was okay for that to happen to their children. The hills have eyes. The people under the stairs, the Whitakers, ain't got shit on the Harris Gamble family. I can't with you today, hey baby. These people. Sue, thank you, my love, for that super sticker. MOCA, thank you for always keeping it real. I appreciate you, Sue. God bless you. Daquan says, Shannon gave that girl antifreeze before that girl went to school. Mm. Mm. Tristan says, the money train because this monster and Annette have over 40 years of CPS cases, and that's something we cannot forget. That's something we cannot forget because who in their right mind, living or dead, who in their right mind have over 40 years of dealing with CPS. Who? Shit. Tuda said she ain't shit. She ain't shit of a grandmother. Ain't no real grandma letting a grandchild or children, especially girls, around no men, and would have slapped Shannon silly for even asking. Tuda, you understand me? But that goes to show you exactly who Annette really is. It shows you exactly who Annette is. Annette didn't care. Annette didn't give a damn if a roach walked up to her with $5. She was selling one of them grandbabies. That's sick. That's demonic. But yet you want that title of mother. You want that title of grandmother. But at the end of the day, Annette, I need you. I need Shannon. I need Marquita. And I need that brother that's playing policeman to tell us where Naziyah is. Jarvis Butts knows exactly where Naziyah is. But he's caged up as he should be. But you hoes are walking around here like it ain't nothing. And I need you all. If you love Naziyah, Annette, like you pretend, burger bitch, where is Naziyah? This is sick. Tristan says, so Annette is protecting who has been taking care of her. The organization. Tristan! Tristan and I, like so many of you, y'all think alike. That's who's being protected. The organization is what's being protected. The Franks of the world, the Arabs, the pastors, the lawyers and the judges, district attorneys, doctors, is bigger than we think. The enterprise is bigger than we think. Sad as it kept, as quiet as it kept, that enterprise is filled with pedos with suit coat on. That enterprise is filled with white collar pedos. Hey, Dr. JD, welcome, sweetheart. White collar pedos. Tanya Robinson says, we will never know how many victims there really are. And that's factual. Shantae said, cowards, and failures, all in that nasty family. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Cowards and failures is exactly what they are. Exactly what they are. They've never been shit. And they couldn't stand the fact that One day, Naziyah was going to be everything that they could not be. And they wouldn't let it happen. They would not allow it to happen. Laurie said she was beautiful, and they were jealous. And Jarvis liked Naziyah, and was the ice. And yep, Jarvis liking Naziyah was the icing on the cake. Shantae said they stayed locked up in a dark house, full of horror, and Naziyah was full of life. Look at Annette's home. Look at it. Just from the video that morning, she did the cursing and the praying. It was dark. That time of morning, you got these kids dressing in the dark. Demonic. Demonic. You know, this situation with Naziyah, right? All what Naziyah went through as a baby, because she never got a chance to experience life and to live life and to love life. The story of Naziyah has opened up the windows and opened up the doors for many adults to share their stories, the abuse, the things that they've gone through. They too were Naziyahs. And as long as we continue moving the way we move, seeking justice for those who can't seek justice for themselves, and uplifting each other here in this chat, we're going to move mountains, y'all. There are a lot of broken people here, a lot of hurting people here. And if we can't advocate to help one another, then why are we here? Why are we here? I have stories right now sitting in my inbox that would just shatter you all. And if I could give everything I have to pour into these people, that's what MOCA want to do. Because I've never known that the world was so full of evil. So full of evil. And the Harris Gamble family has proven to us that evil exists. Evil truly exists. Unfortunately, Jarvis Butts, with the past that he already had, Jarvis Butts fit the bill to take the charges for a crime. I always said Shannon was a mastermind. I always said, if you look at that first little picture of Shannon on that thumbnail, look at her eyes. And that was a much younger picture of her. The demons set in her eyes. Shannon is a monster. And I won't ever take that back. They set Jarvis up. He was too slow. Hey, Wanda, I miss you, girl. Wanda, Jarvis was too slow to realize he was being set up. And that's where we are right now. Sue Young says, MOCA, I would never do a child what was done to me. A therapist asked me one time, would I do the same thing to a child? I never expected to be asked that question, but hell no. Sue, you understand? I always said, y'all, a couple of weeks ago, last week, a week before, I said that we would have one night where I would open up my platform for any of you that felt you wanted to share your story. Believe me, sharing your stories from the stories that I've received and the positive feedback that I've gotten. Sharing your story is helping so many women heal the inner child that was wounded and broken inside of them. We are our sister and brother's keepers. We have to believe that. I may not be able to physically touch you, but if we could share a word, we could remove somebody out of darkness and let them see that light does exist. The hurt is real. Look at what Mermaid Tay says, right when I said what I said. And I know I'm way, way behind in comments, but I'm going to get to them all tonight. I promise that. Mermaid Tay said she's still healing. She said that pain never goes away. Then Mermaid Tay says, I'm praying for all SA survivors. Hey, Maria's POV, welcome, baby. Erica said, yep, she was probably ready to live a new life and raise her baby. I'm telling you. Sassy says, once these dirty ass people get those bars, Naziyah will rest. I can't stand them sick at sassy girl. Sassy girl. Mermaid Tay say lady owed a drug dealer. Mermaid Tay. That takes me back. Could the drug dealers be who Annette was speaking to? Nah. Annette knows exactly where Naziyah is. And when the evangelist came out here with his story, the one thing that evangelist said that stuck with me and never left. The evangelist had a smirk on his face. And he said, they're looking in all the wrong places. She's so close. And when he said that, that led me to believe Naziyah is still here. See, there's a lot of players in this game that they're playing. A lot of people know. A lot of people know. Valerie says, MOCA, I just don't want to believe that she's gone. I won't believe it until it's proven. Valerie, you and me both, and Top Flight too. We're in this together. We don't want to believe that. We don't believe that baby's gone. Hell no, we don't. Lady V says, Annette said it, but I felt she was lying. Once again, trying to make people believe she was still alive when they all knew she wasn't. It's a possibility, but her delivery, To me, her delivery made it seem a whole different way. But you could be right. Hey, my girl D, thank you so much for that cash out, beautiful. Shantae says we all wanted to be here, but people think they already in trouble for whatever they were doing. Why don't they just say where she's at? Because they know Naziyah is no longer here. And everybody's entitled to feel how they feel, right? I personally believe Naziyah has been trafficked. And I'm going to stand on that. They're going to have to just show me different. They're just going to have to show me different. How could you be so calm knowing that she's supposedly chopped up in 50 million pieces somewhere? I understand that's not a normal family, but that right there is diabolical. I believe the calmness comes because they know exactly where she is. Top says they did it because her being pregnant was proof Jarvis was SAing her. Because in 2022, when she said it, nothing was done. And now there was proof. And you're absolutely right, Top. 2022. In 2022, they let it slide. They let it ride. Nothing was done. Absolutely nothing. And Top is right. That pregnancy was proof. Kenyatta, hey Kenyatta, welcome, boo. Kenyatta says, in my opinion, Annette was talking to Jarvis and Shannon, but wanted the world to think something different. In my opinion, she wasn't talking to Shannon. Shannon was home with her. In my opinion, I believe she was speaking to Jarvis. She was definitely speaking to Jarvis. Lady V said Samantha right. She could be trafficked. And that's why they aren't showing any concern about her disappearance. That's exactly how I feel about that. Hey, LaTanya West, welcome, boo. That's how I feel about that. Shauna says, probably the only time I'm going to say you're probably wrong. She's not. She don't care at all. She did it all, and she deserves to go to jail and hell. Oh, girl, yes. She deserves jail. She deserves whatever's coming her way. She deserves it. Mermaid Tay, that's my point. Make it make sense. 9 children in one house. 9. You hear me? 9. But Naziyah had to sit there and rock them all. Naziyah babysitted all these babies. I'm not understanding that. I'm not understanding that. But yet they love Naziyah. LaTanya, thank you so very much, baby. I appreciate that. Sassy says, MOCA, you are the shit. You don't need to replay anyone's video or repeat anyone's word. And you're on top of your own research. And so on point. Sassy, thank you, my love. Thank you so very much for that. Hey, Amber, welcome, love. Lori says, so Jarvis must have told Naziyah they were going to be together with the baby. I don't know. Gigi says, there you go, sis MOCA. There you go. She lives in a damn bubble, hoping that no one will find out her part in all this. Exactly, sis. This shit is wicked. Mika said, and I believe Shannon is actually in the chat under a different name. She's a brave bitch if she is, right? Because there's no way I would be in a chat being spoken about and spoke on like that and don't clap back. Shit. Hey, Lisa, welcome, boo. But the sad part is, if she's in the chat, she needs to tell me, MOCA, drop the link. MOCA, let's talk about it. MOCA, let me tell you where Naziyah is, because I know. I know. Shantae says, well, she better get ready, because these new charges and those other kids being also messed with, he ain't going down alone. Definitely he ain't. Look at Lucy B. Lucy B. Lucy B said Jarvis might be getting out. Lucy B, elaborate. Elaborate, Lucy. Lucy, you're telling me Jarvis may be getting out, baby. Please elaborate, because I want to know what you know that I don't know. Let's talk about it, Luce. Hey, Chantel Johnson, welcome, my love. Samantha says they should not be walking around free like they are, which means they're protected by a higher person. Samantha, they're protected. Wait a minute. Lucy B says a bond was set. Lucy B, girl, keep on talking, because Lucy B is something that I'm missing, boo. Wait a minute. Lucy B says that Jarvis got a bond. Lucy B, you can't be serious, girl. Venetia says Jarvis, ooh, a $500,000 bond. Wait a minute. Wait, and the plot thickens. If Jarvis was given a $500,000 bond, hello, and the plot thickens. If Jarvis was given a $500,000 bond, right? And if Jarvis bonds out, what do y'all think will happen next? If Jarvis bonds out, y'all remember we had the conversation just the other day about dirty money. We had a conversation just the other day about the enterprise. Yes, Meek, you know what time it is. Thank you, sister. Child, let me go down there. Let MOCA move down in these comments because I love y'all. I love y'all. Hey, baby. Laurie says Jarvis don't need to get out, but he shouldn't go down for the unaliving. Baby, all I know, if this is true about him having a bond, if he has a bond, people, Jarvis coming out of jail. Y'all better believe it. And Shannon is waiting on it. And the plot thickens. The plot thickens. So I'm not going to elaborate much because I don't have all the facts behind it. You know, so I ain't coming out here and bringing you bullshit and I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm away. I'm away. I'm away. Wow. Samantha says they might have done her the same way they done her mom. Their granny went through it, her mama went through it, and she's the first grand girl, so she had to go through it. It's a mess. It is a damn mess. This is too much. Too much. And Shannon's sitting her ass there like all of this is okay. Like it's okay. No, Shannon, baby. This is not okay, my love. What exactly are you doing? Why? Why? I had to skip down in the comments, y'all, because I'm so far back. So far. Shantae says Naziyah went home after school and changed her clothes before meeting with Jarvis. And after that, once she was brought back after meeting with him, her and Saddleback Shannon got into it. Shantae. That's exactly what I feel. I'm gonna check it, Meek. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow because I did, girl. This is a lot. This is a lot, sis. Lady V says MOCA, the planning of the clothes made it seems like harm came to her. If they had not done that, they could have continued to sell that story that she ran away or someone took her, in my opinion. Facts, Lady V. Facts. Venetia says MOCA. Jarvis was, oh, you talking about the bond. Okay. And I know he has to go back to court on the 7th. I'm aware of that. Child, this is some shit. LaTanya says ain't nobody putting up no money for him, girl. You be surprised. Mika says Butts, 42 of Detroit, is facing first degree. He was arraigned on June. Okay, I knew all of that. Okay, so that was for the June. So the bond was set when he went to court in June, what it seems. Wow. So when he went to court in June, he was given that bond. Jesus Christ, and all he needs is 10% to get out. So those charges is for what was brought upon him in June. But Naziyah is listed in those June charges. This is a lot. This is a lot. Y'all, I'm going all the way down in these comments, y'all. I don't mean to ignore anybody or forget anybody or skip anybody. I just have to go down in these comments. Annette has not opened her mouth yet about nothing. About nothing. This is a mess. But I tell you what, if Jarvis Butts was given a bond, thank you, Levette. Levette said MOCA, he was given a bond on July 30th. However, new charges was placed and set for court July 7th. Thank you, Levette. But let's just say this, guys. Let's just say this. If Jarvis Butts has a bond, right? The enterprise will get Jarvis Butts out of jail. As sad as it seems and as funky as it may sound, if I remember correctly, I didn't know how it would happen, but if I remember correctly, I told y'all Jarvis Butts would walk out of jail. Told y'all that. Now giving him a bond, then gave Jarvis the key to unlock the door. Detroit is crooked as hell. Detroit is crooked as hell. Because with all the charges that Jarvis Butts has on him, with these little children, there's no way. There's no damn way. No way. Najah says, okay, Najah's talking to Sunshine Sean. Dr. JD says, MOCA, I'm not moved because God is still in charge. There will be justice for baby Naziyah. Facts. There will be justice, and we're going to be here for it. We will be here for it. He don't have, from what I'm hearing, from what you guys are saying in here, he don't have bail for all the charges. But the fact that he has bail is enough for him to slide his Pink Panther looking ass up out of there and disappear into thin air. This is all a setup. If Jarvis Butts has bail, Nikki, hey baby, if Jarvis Butts have bail, Y'all, all I'm going to say is if Jarvis has bail, Jarvis going to meet Naziyah. The Enterprise is going to get him out of there. My thing is, how could they give him bail? I don't get it. How can he get bail? I'm hearing what y'all saying, yeah, but y'all, I got to go and investigate this myself. Because when I bring it to you, I want to bring it to you the way I know how to bring it to you, with my facts and with my research. Because, baby, all of this is kind of confusing. But my people, y'all are on it. Nikki says, hey, MOCA, this shit is wild. If he gets released, he'll off himself before he goes back to jail. Watch. Nikki, not just that. Nikki, he's going to disappear. Let me tell you, if they ever mess around and give this man bail for all the charges, if they mess around and give this man bail for all the charges, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. And y'all could come back and say MOCA said it. They mess around and give Jarvis bail or set a bond for all those charges. Jarvis is going to be an Arab. Jarvis is going to Iraq. Jarvis is going to be an Arab, I'm telling y'all. Jarvis is going to live underground. Jarvis is going to meet Naziyah. Because the Arabs know where she is. I'm telling y'all. See, the chart is showing us how crooked they are. Because with all the charges that you have in black and white, there should have been no bail, no bond, no nothing. Telling y'all. That's what's going to happen. Shay's Creations, welcome, baby. She said King had bail, not Jarvis. But they say, how could King have bail? Like, I'm not playing with all these different stories. Now she's saying King had bail, not Jarvis, but King is to be released. Okay. Thank you for that, girl. Thank you for the message. Thank you for the message. Huh. This is insane, y'all. This is insane. All I know is I said what I said. Sassy said if Frank does get him out, then we know he's a part of the problem. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Frank's people gonna do what they gotta do. This is insane. Y'all, it's been interesting. It's been real. Let me see. Levesque said MOCA. Wait, hold up. I missed it. Levesque says MOCA. Jarvis do not have a current bond. Thank you, Levesque. Thank you, baby. Olivia said, I swear it's no bond on first degree. Tanya, you know I will, sister. I ain't running with these narratives, baby. I could never. And spreading that falseness over here. Lady B says, I'm going to have to research this myself because this doesn't sound right. Thank you, everyone, for providing this crucial information. Lady V. Sister, you like me? I have to. I have to research this. Wanda says yes. Because like I've been saying, the police and everyone else been knowing what a net house was going on. That's why they gave him the bail so he can. MOCA, you're right. They gave him the bail so he could go meet his baby. Damn it, Wanda. Child. Dr. JD said, I'm still on that Pink Panther. Dr. JD, his ass looks just like the Pink Panther, my girl. Frank is definitely the problem. Levesque, hold up. Levesque, did you just say Kenya was in jail? Levesque, did you just say what I thought you just said, Levesque? No new friends. Hey, baby. No new friends says. Wait a minute. Shit. A lady showed he has 2 bails and 14 charges. She showed receipts. I don't give a damn about no receipts. Whatever I see, I see. I'm waiting on Levesque. Sue, send it to my email, baby. Look, it's running across the screen. Sassy says, Frank definitely is a part of the problem, but if he moves that way, it just proves more involvement to me. Baby, 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 baby. Let me move on. Let me move on just a little bit. Honey, child, I'm waiting on Levesque with that tea. Tiff says folks got to stop making stuff up. Case already conflicted enough. Tiff, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the damn truth? They ain't bullshitting me with the made up stuff, though, sister. Because I'm going to piece it together. I'm telling you, he look like the Pink Panther, y'all. Look, Nikki laughing. Nigga do look like the Pink Panther, y'all. Wow. Gigi, not a silly ass hen, my girl. Antoinette says that bond is so high he can't pay it. Well, Antoinette, we know he broke. But Antoinette, he's part of the enterprise. He's a part of the enterprise. Levesque said that's what the chat thought. I heard the chat said. Did I hear wrong? I don't know nothing about that. Child. This is something. Hey, Cindy, welcome, boo. She said, King gets out and Jarvis received new. Yeah, I'm aware of that, Cindy. Thank you. Antoinette says, MOCA, you a boss out here in these YouTube streets. Antoinette, you know I love you, girl. You know I love you, sister. Olivia said this chat that made her stop doing her cleaning. Olivia, is some shit going on up in here. You hear me? Levesque said, MOCA, I thought I heard that. Oh no, Levesque, we don't talk about her over here. We don't talk about her over here, Levesque. Mm-mm. Baby, y'all is something else. Y'all done gave us some tea. Melanie says the judge may be thinking he's a flight risk. Samantha said, Frank gonna get him out? Baby, it says all over the news. Well, I'm gonna have to spend my evening doing research. Niah says, nobody really knows what happened to me. So everybody just speaks so highly of him being my favorite cousin. The one. Oh, I hate he met to love. Oh, wait a minute. His little cousin, he will give you the shirt. Oh, Naziyah. Cool girl, sister. Hey, boo. Y'all, Dr. J, isn't this a lot? Girl. Nice. You're gonna hit the panel one day and share your story with us, boo? Thank you so much, Sue. I will, baby. And Toinette said if Frank gets him out, that's going to confirm the conspiracy. This shit is not making sense. But baby, they could go ahead on with them stories. Because y'all ain't distracting me with bullshit. Because I got a pooper scooper. And I go through the bullshit, baby. I weed it out. One stench at a time. Naj says, one day I will, MOCA. Today, him reaching out to me got my head all over the place. I need a couple of days. Take your time, baby. Remember, I always said, when you all come out here to tell your story, it's never in MOCA's time. Never in MOCA's time. It's always in your time. God leaves it on your heart to share your story. We're going to wait on God to do the work. And we're going to wait on you to follow God's lead. And Shannon, all we want to know tonight, baby, where's Naziyah? Where is Naziyah? We don't ask for much. But tonight we ask, where was she? Shannon, you knew more than you say. Olivia says Jarvis ain't going nowhere but to hell. I could believe that. I could believe that. And that's where he deserves to be. Lady V says, MOCA, a Detroit News article on September 27, 2024 said Jarvis was denied bond for unaliving. I haven't found anything regarding the new charges yet. Lady V, if I find anything tonight, I'll come back tomorrow and we'll talk about it. And whatever y'all find, we'll talk about it. I love the communication between Niah and Sunshine Sean. Sunshine says, Mocha, Pink Panther got all those broke up teeth in his mouth. He gonna have to chew Frank grass for that money, girl. Tip Tip says, Mocha, do you believe the new story of her being dissolved and Jarvis having footage? Tiff, in my honest opinion, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I really don't. And there's a reason why I don't. Jarvis is sick. Jarvis is sick. Right? But he's not that sick. Not when it comes to Naziyah. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I'm not going to, and that part I'm not going to put over my platform, you know, that she's dismantled. I'm not putting that, no, we're not doing that here. We're not doing that here. Because all we want to know is where she's at. That's all we want to know is where she's at. Hey, Arshel, welcome, baby. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We ain't doing that here. Look at Mika. Mika say, Tip, child, you better stop listening to that bullshit. I thought she was buried and moved 3 times. Now she's dissolved. And the plot thickens. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Cool Girl Sister says, Mocha, that was hard for me. When I heard that, my heart dropped. Sue says, Mocha, when I read it, it sounds like it might be the reads, like it's not current. I can't confirm. It appears it as a possibility. I'll get to it, Sue. Hey, Natisha Martin. She says people like to keep mess up. Natisha, girl, 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 the mess. Girl. But Natisha, we don't do mess here, boo. We love on one another. Right? We really do. All opinions here match. All opinions matter here. And you all have to know if MOCA says something that you know is not right, I don't ever want you all to feel that you cannot correct MOCA, right? Because I'm no better than you. And I would never put myself out here to feel that I'm better than my subscribers. So if I say some shit that don't sit well with you all, call me out. Please. Call me out. Goddamn Mika. Okay, guys, I got the skinny on the bail. I just spoke with the bail bondsman, damn Meek. Hey, DeAndre, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I hope you had an awesome day. I hope you had an awesome day. It's been awesome, guys. We've done our 2 hours. Because y'all know that's what we do, 2 hours. We do 2 hours. Tomorrow night, we're going to come and do 2 more hours. Thursday night, we're going to give you 2 more hours. I may go live on Thursday twice. I'm not sure. Maybe early during the day and then maybe later in the evening. I'm not sure. Because the weekend coming up, I can assure you, I won't be here. I will not be here the weekend coming up. I will be off again Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 4th of July weekend, family do what family do. And that's what I do. So we're going to, ooh, baby, we're going to get these stories where they should be. But guys, it was awesome. Once again, we had a time. And I want to thank each and every one of you. Those of you who have purchased memberships, I love you guys. Those of you that sent super chats and super stickers, God bless you. Those of you that sent cash apps, thank you. It's truly appreciated. We're here for Naziyah. We're here to speak her truth. We're here to keep her name alive. We're here seeking justice for this baby. We're here being the voice for that baby that our family refuses to be. And I'm going to say, Shannon, before I leave out of here, it's time for you to stop hiding. Hiding behind the love that you have for Jarvis. Hiding behind the fear that you have of Annette. And hiding behind all the lies that have been told and that is still being told. Shannon, your hands are not clean, my love. We need you to tell us, where's Naziyah? What role did you play, Shannon? What did you do? How much do you know, Shannon? Shannon, how did you sell that baby out for a man that had a history that goes way back to slavery? How do you do that? But we're gonna, Gigi, tell my baby I love her so much. Tell her I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna call her. Justice for Naziyah, guys. That's all we're gonna continue shouting. Justice for Naziyah. We're gonna come back here tomorrow and we're gonna do this all over again. Because everybody has valid points. Everybody is making sense. And we're closer than we know, guys. We are close. Dre, I love you too, boo. I love you, Dre. You got to come earlier. Come earlier, Dre, so you can hit that link. But Dre, when you hit that link, you got to give us some. You got to give us something that you know about Naziyah in the situation, Dre. You know, hit the link a little earlier. Come in, you hit the link a little earlier. You know, and we'll chit chat. Because 2 hours. That's my limit. 2 hours. And Dre, like Mika said, we want what's best for you. You deserve so much better. My delivery may be all fucked up to a lot of people. But Dre, I am who I am. Hey, Sherry, baby, we getting ready to roll up out of here, girl. But Dre, we want the best for you. We heard your heart. We heard your story. You deserve so much more. No human being should be going through what you've experienced and what nobody else experienced. So on that note, we are out of this place. We are out of here. And guys, we'll be back tomorrow, same time. And we're going to rock it out. Love you all. Be blessed.
She ain't gone. No, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing. I feel her voice. I hear her crying, but they too busy testifying, saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone. She just fighting to survive. She said she needed help in class that day. Laid out on the floor, tears in the way. Told the teacher she need a word, not a test, but they passed her off like the pain was just stress. Mama acting like she ain't see a thing, but checking her tablet, deleting the strings. The truth in a locker, the truth in a phone. They try to act like she ran off alone.
Portrayal lies, got 'em swearing to God, but the ones in the pews know the story too odd. Why you wanna stand talking? I don't recall. You was posting like everything's fine, that's all. She had bruises and bags, she had silence and shade. They let that man stay while she tried to escape. A house full of whispers, a shop full of ghosts, but we saw them cameras and we the most.
She ain't gone. No, she just hiding behind the lies. They keep on writing. I feel her voice. I hear her crying, but they too busy testifying, saying nothing while she dying inside. She ain't gone. She just fighting to survive. Somewhere breathing slow, not a grave, just a place we don't yet know. Maybe protective, maybe hid away, but not erased, not gone astray. The court got a date, but the streets got a voice, and we gon' speak loud like we ain't got a choice. This ain't just views, it's a whole damn name. Say Naziyah loud till they feel that flame.
Good night, everybody. God bless.